Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at a watch that is coming to Kickstarter very soon. All that information will be in the description below. And it's a very affordable watch and it's a pretty high quality watch. And what really kind of surprised me about this brand, Goodspeed, is that they're pricing their watches very low and the quality is definitely just as good as some of the other micro brands I've looked at with the same set of specifications. So let's look at what you actually get. Now here is the watch itself at a quick first glance. It's obviously a racing inspired vintage watch. It does come in this nice genuine leather pouch here that's embossed Goodspeed, which can also fit your sunglasses, which is pretty cool. It feels pretty nice, very soft. But the actual one that will come with the watch when you order yours through Kickstarter will be a little bigger than this, he stated. So just so you can, fit your sunglasses securely. And let's get into the watch now. So the Goodspeed Petrol is 42 millimeters, which is a pretty nice size for a racing chronograph. It's comprised of all 316L polished stainless steel, and it's quite solid. And it feels good on the wrist because it has some heft to it, unlike some other watches in this category that are a bit light, I would say. That's the first thing I really noticed when I picked this watch up, is that it does have a little heft to it, and it feels like a bit more quality than some of the other brands. Anyway, it's obviously a racing 70s inspired vintage chronograph. In terms of case diameter, we are looking at 42 millimeters, which is really not that bad. Pretty typical for a chronograph. In terms of the actual lug-to-lug or the wingspan, we are looking at 49 millimeters. Lug width is 22 millimeters. We do get a unidirectional rotating bezel for the tachymeter, which is nice to see instead of a stationary tachymeter bezel, which we typically see on Speedmasters and watches watches like that. This is actually a unidirectional clicking bezel, which is interesting. And actually, the old Tag Heuer Ottavias actually had rotating tachymeter bezels, so this is a nice little nod to that. I'm not sure if he meant to do that, or it just happened to come out like that. But yeah, we do get that tachymeter reading in case you want to use it for measuring certain things while racing and stuff like that, speed. But anyway, it's a pretty simple watch. We have two subdials on the left and right, nice black dial with applied loomed markers, nice broad white hands which do reach out to the small fine minute markings. I do like that. Definitely bold enough to read the markers. The seconds hand for the chronograph is a nice red pointed arrow. I do like the red against the black, as I stated in the written review. These nice little subdial hands are red, which look pretty cool and match the sweeping chronograph seconds hand. Now, we do get your 60-minute countdown on the left. On the right, we do get a 24-hour subdial, your logo for Goodspeed, G over here, and then Petrol, the name of the watch, and your date aperture at 6 o'clock with a white window to match this circular subdial barrier over here, which yeah, meshes pretty well together in my opinion. And the movement inside of this watch is the Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. So you do get a mechanical movement combined with a quartz movement, which is nice. You get that clicking feel when you hit the chronograph button. You do also get the smooth chronograph sweep hand, which most people really like. You would not really be able to tell that this is actually a Mecha Quartz movement. You might think it's actually a fully automatic or mechanical movement just by looking at it, considering there's no seconds register here. So as I click that in, as you see, we get that nice smooth sweep of the chronograph hand, which will sweep to 60 minutes. And then you can stop and it'll fly back on the reset, just like that. Now heading to the crown, it is signed with the G logo, which looks pretty cool, kind of vintagey. As I was stating earlier, the case finishing is all polished. Nice piston head pushers here, flat, nice, feel good on the hands, I would say. Coin-edged bezel. The finishing is pretty good, I would say also. It does look pretty neat, no blemishes or nothing like that. Keep in mind this is not a brand new watch. This has been around to a couple of reviewers already. And now heading to the crystal, we get a domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, which is quite thick and you can feel it when you hit it. Also, if you didn't notice, there is some nice depth to this dial. You can see that. Nice depth here between the sapphire crystal and the applied loomed markers. And I believe there's lume on the hands as well, which is of course Super Luminova. I will get you guys a Lumeshot towards the end. Now we're going to take a look at the strap and the caseback, and let's see what that's all about. Here is a glimpse of the caseback of the Goodspeed Petrol. You might notice there are some scratches. This, like I stated before, this is a used watch. It does state Goodspeed Petrol. You will get your limited edition number on the back there, as well as some information: Mecha quartz, stainless steel, sapphire crystal, 100 meters, 10 atmospheres. This caseback is fully polished and screwed down because we do get 100 meters of water resistance, which is really nice to see on a chronograph nowadays. Most chronographs, 3 ATMs, 5 ATMs. This one, 100 meters. So you can throw this on a rubber strap, a NATO strap, and you can definitely go swimming with this watch, which is good to see. Crown is pull and push, very simple to function. First position, we get a quick set date. I can flip through the date there. The numbers are large enough, so they're definitely legible. And then your final position is your hacking position, and we can set the time here with these nice long white hands. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on my wrist and show you what it looks like on my 6.5 inch wrist, get you guys a nice lume shot, and we'll wrap it up here. Now here's the Goodspeed Petrol on my 6.5 inch wrist. I don't have huge wrists. This is a 42mm case, 49 wide, and it does fit pretty nice. I like the heft of it on the wrist there. It's not super heavy, but you definitely feel it. You know, a lot of Mecha quartz watches, you don't really feel it. Like, it's kind of light, but this one has good enough heft to make you think it was actually an automatic watch, which is good. Not saying that a Mecha quartz movement is not, you know, just as equal as an automatic movement. They're very accurate, reliable. They're just more affordable, in my honest opinion. But yeah, it looks great on the wrist there. You might notice the style of the strap is, of course, a genuine leather black rally style strap with the perforated holes. So if you're sweating or if it's hot out, you definitely have enough breathability through there. A nice contrast white stitching as well. Polished buckle there to match the case finishing. And yeah, all around it's comfortable on the wrist. I like how it feels. Feels tough, secure, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Now let's check out what the lume is all about, guys. Here's a nice lume shot of the Petrol. As you can see, like I stated, all of the applied markers are lit with Super Luminova in green, as well as the chronograph hand and the hour and minutes hand. And for a chronograph, it's definitely good enough. It's not fading quickly, which is good to see, and it seems okay. Now the best part about the Petrol is not just the quality, but the actual price point that these will be listed on Kickstarter, starting at $169. Honestly, I think that's a bit too cheap for something like this. It's definitely worth a bit more than that. Now, he did tell me, the owner, that the first 250 pieces will sell at $169. That's a pretty good deal in my eyes. I have not seen a deal like this so far out of a lot of the watches that I've reviewed that have launched on Kickstarter and such. It's a pretty good deal, I must say. And also after that, then the 300 watches after that will go to $189. So it's definitely very affordable, and I think it's worth it. You know, if you're in the market for a vintage style racing chronograph, but don't have the funds for something like a $5,000, $10,000 Heuer Atavia, this might be the route you want to go down. So I will leave a link in the description below so you can check them out once they're launched on Kickstarter if you want to back them. And that's pretty much going to be it for today. I mean, I don't really see any negatives here. It's a very well built watch. The bezel action is really good also. I do like that. Some things I noticed. I like the feel of it. I feel quality. I smell it. And I think it's a good buy, guys. So that's pretty much going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, share, like. Check me out at Watch Addict Channel on Instagram. watchaddictchannel.com. You can read the full article on the Goodspeed Petrol as well. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Take it easy now. Bye.